Right, g'day everyone. Hope you're all well. Different parts of the world that we're all coming from. Just making sure we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Right, hello everyone. Good to see you all coming back again. Got a pretty interesting session, as you can see on the board today. I'll run it through you right now. It's easy enough to understand if you don't worry about all this. No, it's fine. When I always go on about, we need to stay motivated. We need to find ways to do things, just a little bit of change while we're training. So we're just doing 3 12-minute pieces. Okay, so we keep it short. We keep each one, we set that goal, 12 minutes. Let's focus on that. We'll do the time. We'll have 90 seconds break in between, so a minute and a half off. And so what we'll do is we'll start off the first one. We'll just do 6 minutes at 20, and then we'll do 6 minutes at 22. Geez, who wrote that on the board? I must have been on. Look at that. My mistake. Let me get that right. Lucky I saw that one. Right, so there we go. 6 at 20, 6 at 22. And that's just got to give us free rhythm, free speed, heart rate comes up, get a bit of a sweat on. Okay, then we have our break. Now, it was just easy for me to write this like that. We'll sit along and we'll do 3 minutes at 22, and then we'll do 1 minute at 26. So I've done it before, and we may have one of the things on the asensei. I think I've done it before on my YouTube where if you're doing a long period of time, say 20 minutes, even 30 minutes, what you can do is basically break it into 5-minute lots, even though you're continuously going. And so you do 4 minutes at one set of rating, and then you bump it up for 1 minute. It's like, oh, okay, that's pretty hard. You've got to think about how you jump up in the rating. So that's what we're going to do here. So we spike it up 4 points, which is you've got to move quite a bit quicker. And we do that for a minute, then we come back down and we sit on that steady pace at 22, and then we jump back up again, and then we sit down on that steady pace, and then we jump up again to finish it. So that'll be the second set. And it's really just getting this mental change, thinking about our technique, thinking about the flow and all that sort of stuff. And then in our final set, we'll just do a rating increase. So it'll just be the ladder again, 3 minutes at each of those ratings, 20, 22, 24, 26. So by the end of it, we're working in a very good training, that aerobic zone. We'll be looking for some good numbers, good push, good intensity at each of those ratings, but not to the point that we're maxing out, because we want to just get this increase in rhythm, increase in rating all the way along, and that's ultimately what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so that's basically how it's going to look this morning, and hopefully you guys will jump along for the ride, and it should be very easily manageable. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on. We'll just do a couple of minutes as we do warm up. Just make sure I've got my my screen working, just in case we crash out at some point in time, and we should be fine. So if you've been warming up already, great work. Okay. Going to get myself nice and limber. Get the body moving. As I say, we've always got to just make sure we do this. Sometimes it's very hard to know that you've got to do some time on the machine, and you'd rather just jump on and go, right, I'm just going to start. Okay. But if you can get the body into a good position, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes, especially on the rowing machine, to just build the intensity, get the length, the heart rate will start coming up, the muscles get into a good position, stretch them out. And then we're ready to go. Okay? And then we can just basically hit our numbers right from the word go. We're not having to muck around too much. Good. A good stretch. Nice and loose. Feeling that push. The loading. Nice and relaxed. Nice and elastic. Yeah, really nice. Right, so I'm down on good numbers. Thing about the warm-up is that if you can do it and get down to the intensity of the numbers that you're going to hold when we start the training, that's when you know that you're in a pretty good spot to go, right, let's get into it. And as I say, it doesn't have to be too long. We've done 2.5 minutes. Really good, just enough to get moving, get working, okay? And then we can start into it and we can be onto our work into a good place quite quickly, okay? So let's get in and start our blocks, okay? As I say, as with always, new workout intervals and an intervals time. So let's change that top one to 12 minutes and go ahead down to the rest time. Change that into 1:30, and then we just won't click our yes yet. We'll give everybody a little bit of a chance to get ready to go, okay? So and just like that, should be good. Okay, so the first set, we're just going to set into our rhythm. We want to get good length. We want to get a good pace. As I say, we'll build into it that first 30, 40 seconds. Just get the rhythm, find the length, and then just try and hit our numbers. Look for a good, consistent rhythm, and that'll set us into that good 6 minutes at 20. And then all we're doing is we're just speeding it up a little bit, going to that 22, and it just gives us a bit more flow, okay? That's really all the differences between that 20 and 22. The 20, you'll feel there's a little bit more patience around the back, a little bit slower forward. 22 starts getting into more of that rhythm and flow, and those are the really good training zones. And I know people have asked questions in the past, like, why are you training at 20 and 22? It's because you can find a really good balance between aerobic, and also like power intensity in terms of like muscles and stuff. So, if you're just sitting along there, like tapping along at 28, you can't actually put in a really good like press or power with the muscles. And of course, to be able to do that at the same time, there's no way that you can add the intensity, because otherwise you're just going to blow out and your heart rate's going to be way too high. So this is a really good manageable area. And this is sort of that aerobic training pace. Okay. So quick drink, do what you need to. We'll be up and ready to go. We can press our OK button now. So we should have 12 minutes up on the clock. Ready to rumble. Okay. So let's go, team. Let's get into this. Okay, so the first 6 minutes of this is going to be at 20 rate. So we'll just start into it together. We'll get into nice, easy speed, good rhythm, and I'll talk you through it as we go along. Okay, here we go. Sitting nice and tall. Are you ready? Rope. So with that 20, we should feel that time on the drive. We'll start out by getting the flow, finding our movement speed around the back. Letting the chain take us forward. Good. Here we are, onto that rhythm. So let's really feel the hang. Leave the arms out long. Push away. Yeah, really good. Nice. Feel that pressure in the legs. The power being created. That's nice. Nice long stroke. Feel the weight on the feet as we come forward. Feeling the stretch in the ankles. Nice. Really good. We push. Yeah, really good. Yeah, good flow. Remember those hands around the finish. If we do it properly, we shouldn't be hammering it into the body. We should be able to brush the body because the big muscles have done the work out the front. Through the drive, and the hands are just holding on to what's been created. Good. Nice continuous motion. So really good. Feel those feet again as we come forward. Have a conscious effort about them. You know, am I pulling with the toes too much? Or am I letting the chain draw me over? I can feel the balls of my feet on the foot plate, on my shoes. Nice and relaxed. So think about that. Yeah, good weight on the feet. We come around the front. Feel that movement around.
Don't go in and stop and load. Remember, come around the front. Push away from the handles. Good rhythm. Okay, nice. So we come down to our change. Just remember, make it a bit more free. Here we go. Hands around the back. Nice. Good ratio. Keep that stroke long. Nice and relaxed. Breathing into it. Good. Find the ratio. Nice. Yeah, sitting nice and tall. Find the rhythm, okay? Find the push. And then the sit up coming forward. Work and rest. Take out the tension. Let that resistance and the bungee take us forward with the chain. Good. Nice. Good rhythm. Nice flow. Good carry. Remember, feel those legs driving the body. The swing happens from the legs, through the hips. Holding long arms. Good. Find the rhythm. What we do here is no different than what you do if you wanted to do like a 5K or a 10K or a half marathon. You've got to find a rhythm, find a groove, and just sit into it. Make it sustainable for the length of period that you're doing it. You breathe into it. You work when you have to. You rest when you don't. Just like that. Good. Feel the hand. Remember, no tension. Always being loose. Good. Tap it along. Let the machine do some work. Good. Around the finish. Hands go away. Draw the body forward as we get ready for the catch. Yeah, nice. Zone in on that. Let's make another check around the front. Rolling in and around. Good. Nice. Yeah, good hang. Good push. Nice, good work, guys. Good. Okay, great start. Okay, really nice. Nice rhythm. Get the flow going. Okay, really good. Nice way to start off. Finding that speed, finding that flow. Something to just sit on and tap along. Okay. You guys know what your intensities are that you can capably achieve for certain periods of time. Okay. And that's the idea of doing what you're doing today. Sorry, just got to let the cat out of the gym. Come here, bud. Where you go? I was waiting for a visit from the cat to come in and to scream. So on this next set, okay, what's going to happen is we just sit along for that 3 minutes and we just bump it up to 26, okay? Same principles around efficiency. Don't have to overpower it. All we want to find is the speed and relaxation with the hands, okay? So here we go. Moving into it. Yep. Good. So we sit on 22. You should really know that rhythm from our last piece. Find the flow. Good. Keeping it long. Really start off by hanging under these armpits, out of the shoulders. Over exaggerate a little bit. Good. Move the hands. Nice. Nice flow. Good hang. You know, let's think about ourselves coming forward. Feet coming underneath us. Sitting tall. Loosen the shoulders. Heads up. No tension through the top by the neck. Okay? Good hang. Feel the legs going down, and the body's coming through the hips on the swing. Yeah, really nice. Good. So when we go up and make this change, just remember, acceleration, not power. Okay, the power will come by us moving quicker. Okay, here we go, up to 26 for a minute. Yep. Do it relaxed. Move the speed. Hands down the front. Feel the push. Find an efficient rhythm. Breathe into it. Tap it along. Sit back through the stroke. Good. Breathe. Relaxation. Good. Now take it back. 2. Breathe into it for a few. Get our breath back. And look for our rhythm. Good. This is the focus. Finding our rhythm again. Yep, there's 30 seconds gone. Around the back. Flow into the front. Back onto the hang. Good. Swing the body. Off the legs. Through the hips. Good. Here we are. Find the control, the breathing. Relax the facial muscles. Have an appreciation of the legs getting driven down. Feel the speed they go down. We're not just shunting them. We're carrying our body weight. Good. Now focus around the front. Hands around. Really good. Yeah, really good rhythm. Sitting tall. Okay, we're getting ready to do it again. We're going to feel the push. We're going to free the hands. Here we go. Now, Yeah, good. Hang. Press. Leave those arms out long. Feel them come around the back. Yeah, okay, push it back down. Breathe into it. Yeah, good. Okay, suck it up. Sitting tall. Good patience around the back, drawing us forward. Back onto our rhythm and zone. While we stay relaxed. Yeah, nice. Relaxing the face. Good, sitting tall. Feel that hang under the armpits and the lats. Focus the breathing. We're not gritting our teeth. Good heart rate zone. Get a good sweat on. That's what we want to see. Okay, we've got another minute at 22. Let's refine it. Sitting tall. Changing directions. Around the front, around the back. Compressive energy on the legs. Into the front, push away. Around the front. Don't load the arms. Remember, push away from the handle. Hanging, like we're lifting the weight off the floor. Big muscles first. Okay. Changing up. Remember, move the hands around the front, around the back. Here we go. Now, rhythm first. Then we look at power. Good. Here we are. Breathe. Acceleration. Big speed. Good. On the feet. Yeah, nice team. All the way. Freedom. Good. Nice. Okay. Row it down. First 30 seconds of the break. Don't stop yet. Breathe it in. And just feel the push. Long arms. Okay, nice work. As you see, it's the ability to go up and down, find our rhythm, make it efficient. Okay, all of the above is key in those type of sessions because they're hard. Okay, physically, we're not overly working too hard, but we just get a spike, and then all of a sudden the body's like, hey, what are you doing to me? Okay, and we have to find that rhythm while we do it to make sure that we're not forcing it, we're not overworking it, and we can just sit into a rhythm. Okay, we find the flow, and that's what's going to happen on this next piece. Okay, so on this one, we start off really easy. Okay, on to 20, we get into the flow, we set into our rhythm, we go up to 22. Okay, and then we just increase it a little bit for that last 6 minutes. Okay, so here we go. Come in with me. Yep. Okay, 20 rate. Should feel like we've got a ton of time. Okay, should feel like the stroke's really long. That's what we want to feel. We've got great compression. We've got a really long time to feel the arms hanging under the armpits. Good. Right, pushing the speed, getting back onto our numbers. Just with the length, feel the body weight. Sitting back through the stroke. Legs initiate. And then through those hips comes the back. And the arms just get drawn through with that body swing. Okay, there we are on 20. Plenty of time. Feel that nice push. You should feel it right through the drive. Even though there's a sequence, we don't want to go individually, legs push, then body, then arms. There's going to be a period where everything's happening at once. Okay, so the legs initiate, body comes through, arms start drawing, but everything right there is still going together. Good. Working on that. Summation of force. Find the breathing. Find the flow. Really good. Just like that. Yeah, really good. Relaxation is going to be the key in the back half of this piece. Come down to make this change. Remember, just a little bit more freedom. Yep. Just like that. Small changes. Speeds come down. Not working any harder. Everything's just happening slightly quicker. Yeah, really good. Good hang. Push away. Yeah, good. Should be able to just sit here in that rhythm. Work and rest. Tap along. Find the efficiency. Good. Not hitting the body. Just brushing around. They're nice. Arms being drawn forward with that chain. Drawn forward. And draw the body forward. Set up, coming into the front. Soft knees. Don't need to lock them out. Yeah, good hang. So these next 6 minutes, these two pieces, we're just moving things quicker. Efficiency. Sitting tall. Okay? The work's going to come and the speed's going to come from our acceleration in the legs. As we move quicker. Okay, here we go. Moving in. Yeah, 24. There we go. Let's find the rhythm. Hands away. Down the front. Good. Settle into that zone. Not working too hard. Momentum. Breathing. Feel how efficient we can be with the length of our stroke. Yeah. Good hang. Yeah, good flow, guys. Easy speed. Remember, work, rest. Tap it along. We want to make this feel continuous. Trying to relieve all our tension. Feel the chain taking us forward. Heads up, chest up. Feel the core. Really good. Find our workplace. We can sit here and be relaxed, tapping it along. Right, last change. Remember, efficiency. Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. Yep, here we go. Move. Tap. Not working too hard. Finding speed. Acceleration. Good. Work the drive. Relax the recovery. Make it feel light. Don't make it feel heavy. Don't feel like you've got to hit the body. Remember, it can just brush around. Legs initiate. Drive the body open. Good. Breathing. Right, stay relaxed. Only a minute and a half to go. Nice. That's it all. Last 60 seconds. 26 strokes. Stay focused. I want you all to breathe. Hang. Swing. Long arms. Armpits. Feel that momentum down the back. Metronome. Feel it. It's like a pendulum, back and forward. Last few, all the way. Nice. Great work, team. Fantastic. Okay. Roll it out. Okay, great session. Now, heart rate's got up a little bit towards the end, but we still spent the majority of the time in that really good aerobic area. Okay, just really working fitness and sustainable fitness. Okay, the ability that we can find a place where we could sit and do our work for X number of time. Okay, you know, if you wanted to say, you know what, maybe I could do an hour, one go, as a bit of a challenge to yourself. And you set it for an hour, you sit there at 22, and you just find the zone. You just zone in on that time, whatever that time is, you just zone in on it and you think about the technique markers. Because it's all about just finding an efficiency where you're not going to get to a point where you're like, oh, I've got to be tense because I've got nothing left in the body, or I'm going to die because I've gone too hard. All of these types of things. Just click your menu to save that workout into the memory so we can have a look back over it. And that's really what we're trying to find in all of these steps. When I always talk about just looking for that slight increase in speed, you know, that slight increase in speed just comes from us not working a lot harder at all. by any means. All it is just how we do it. We do it better. We do it slightly quicker. Okay, yes, there's a little bit more power that's added because we've got to accelerate the legs a bit faster to get that rating. But that's it. It's not like we've got to go double the power. You know, we're only adding 5%, maybe 10% if we're lucky each time we go up. And that's really where we find our speed. And it's all about that efficiency that allows us to hold it for a longer period of time. Okay, but really good. As I said at the beginning, if you struggle with finding ways to stay motivated on the machine, you know, ideally you'll be signed up to a sensei, so that'll be perfect. And there's a lot of us to work with now. So you'll find a great mixture of workouts from different people. But the one thing I've always found is just pick a time, whether it's 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8.5 minutes, whatever it might be. Set it as an interval and then do something different for each one. Okay, because mixing things up is one of the key ways to just knock out time without having to just set a clock for, say, 45 minutes and go, oh, okay, I can't wait till it's finished. Okay, when we're doing stuff like this and we're always changing, I hope you guys are finding that you've got to be mentally switched on. You're always thinking about things, okay? And it's really, really hard to do that on such a long period of time. But when we've broken it up and we've got different things and different keys that we're working on, different ways of switching the rate because the technique's got to slightly change, that really gives us the benefit of getting better, okay? And that's probably one of the crucial things that I've been finding. And a lot of the feedback just comes from the fact that it's short, it's sweet. Well, it's not short. You know, we did 36 minutes. You know, good workout, 40 plus minutes we've been on here now. And we can nail that out because we've had a bit of a mental switch and we know what we're doing. Okay, so a few questions, hopefully. I will put it out there to the team. We might have to go either earlier next week or we may have to flag next week's session. Sorry, because I've got a meeting at my son's school. So I could either do it, oh crikey, dare I say it, about 4 hours earlier, or else we might have to give it a miss for the weekend. So throw that in there. If you desperately want me to come back next week and not miss a session because you're loving it, then chuck that in there that you'd love it to happen earlier. But as I say, it would have to be 4 or 5 hours earlier, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, like like 5 a.m. New Zealand time, but that's fine. I'll get up at 5 a.m. and do that. Jesslyn, you got 2 questions. Do you have any insight on rowing with abdominal separation? Abdominal separation? Is that like had a baby and it separated? I'm assuming that's it. So the one thing with the rowing stroke is that a lot of people, especially in rowing, think you've got to do all this ab workout stuff afterwards. But rowing's really good for the abdominals because there's a little bit of core work in the middle of the stroke, but most of it is like when you're sitting at the finish, there's a slight engagement right here to finish so that you don't slump. And same at the catch, you know, so you've got a little bit of core so that everything's worked together so that you don't sort of go down too much. So I'm assuming I'm not 100% up to what the separation will be, but those are the only times that I really think engaged a lot in my core. It's because it's going to work when you're on the drive anyway, but it's just that ability to sit tall here, get that rock over, and then you can sort of let that engagement go a little bit, then come forward to that. And your other one about favouring different legs, I do find my right leg is a little bit stronger, and it really just... it's because I'm right-footed. Maybe that's the case. I don't think a lot about my leg drive when I'm rowing. I think so much more about my hang. Okay, because if I'm thinking about the push, I do tend to find that I can feel my right foot more than my left. Whereas if I'm actually just thinking about the hang through here, all of this part, my legs are just happening anyway. And I do notice, and it used to happen in the boat, even though this leg stronger. This one used to actually come down slightly after this leg. Whatever, okay, it happens. So it's really just the thought process around the stroke itself, which I think you'll find might help, okay? Not so much just thinking leg drive. Think about the opposite reaction of what you're doing. When you're doing that leg drive, you've got more of a hang. You know, as I say, if you're lifting a bar off the ground, what are you actually doing? You're thinking about lifting the bar off the ground, but the legs and the body are the part that actually making it happen. Okay, it's the same with this. Just probably think more about the hang rather than legs as such, and they'll soon develop into a position. And as I say, everybody uses the machine so differently. You know, some people lift off the front, they'll never get out of it, whatever. I'm just trying to give you tips that'll make it feel slightly easier for you. Yeah, Bill, you'd love another one next week. 4 hours is better for the EU before midnight. Yeah, thanks, Frederick. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll talk to the boys. Yeah, and we'll see where we go. Jared, hi, question. I warm up higher drag than I train at. Is that good or bad? Mate, it's up to you. Up to you, absolutely. There's no right or wrong way to use like the drag on the machine. It's really personal. And if you like the fact that it's actually a little bit harder, and then when you get into the session, you feel a little bit more acceleration afterwards, perfect, fine. I think I've mentioned it before. I don't know if I mentioned it here or somewhere else, but some guys used to, when they were racing on the water, they used to do all these pieces with a bungee, like a pipe wrapped around their boat, and they'd do them. And of course, it was just drag. And then when they took it off and did the pieces, it was like, wow, it felt like Christmas. You know, it was no drag. It was real quick, lots of explosiveness. And that's what they used to find. So if you enjoy doing that, then by all means, mate, keep it up. Might even try that myself, actually. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Right, anything else, guys? Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. We'll chat about next week, and we'll I'll see what the boys have to say about that. Oh, we've got one more in. My mid back hurts when I erg, but not when I row. Any idea what I can change on there to stop that? I'm not sure, Mo. For people that get sore back on the erg, is really just the way that it's been loaded. You could try different feet heights, so that you might not be because if your feet are too high, you might feel like you're quite compressed into the back. So if you actually have your feet a little bit lower, you might be able to sit up a bit taller into the catch, and also with the drag. But it could just be the engagement of the muscles, because what happens on here is that when you take the stroke from here, see, it's already engaged at the front. When you're on the water, there's always that element of slip before you take the stroke. Now, there is slip, I know, okay? And the best athletes in the world have like this much slip. Average rower has this much, and a school rower has like this, okay? It is what it is. And so what you might be finding is, because you're actually getting it from here, you're just getting a little bit more load on the back. So I would look at maybe feet height to start, and a little bit of drag, because you might be able to drop the drag 10, maybe half a number or something like that, and you might actually find that there's not as much load. What it will mean is you have to be a little bit quicker on the legs and that acceleration to get the same speed, possibly. Okay, so maybe try that. Thanks a lot, team. Okay, right, we're out. Thanks for tuning in again. As I say, everybody, anyone on here that's not with the Sensei, just remember our platform now has all of our athletes under one bundle. So even though I know you guys love me, you can actually check out everybody else at the same time, and see what their programs and stuff are like for your training and for your motivation. Right, one more, last one. Neil, do you hold in the fingertips? I do. As I say, I think I've mentioned it before, I'm not a gripper of the erg. I don't choke it. I actually find it's like I'm doing a chin up. In a chin up situation, I hold it through like here, rather than being like completely wrapped around. So it's just really what you can do. And it's a personal choice, and it's a personal preference. But I've always thought that if I'm choking the handle, I'm tense. Whereas if I've got it nicely, even just loosely in the hands, I've still got good grip on it.
takes away the tension. Okay. And as you know from these sessions, one big thing I talk about, no tension, nice and relaxed. Okay, right. Thanks, team. We'll be back here maybe next week. I'll talk to the boys, see if we can do it a little bit earlier for you, and we'll go from there. Awesome. All right. Thank you. Until then, stay safe. Wear a mask.